you wanna know Wednesday.
Woo, woo. Shelter-in-place edition. Kids are on the iPad edition. Sunrise ain't wanna be in it edition. I love you, Johnny White. Thank you, John White. So yeah, you guys, WWK used to be on my vlog channel, April Justin TV, but we put it on this channel, collabing with ourselves, right, honey?
A little bit of that cross promo.
Yes, subscribe to April Justin TV. We vlog Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So WWK means what you want to know Wednesday. That's a dryer. It's done. And it's just a hot mess of a day with everything going on.
You may be asking, why are we filming in the kitchen? Because April just did a grocery haul, which you better watch if you haven't.
Yes, the grocery haul is already up, so watch it. And I took off my sweater even though I'm cold because I was like, I want to look like I have a new outfit, but yeah, I don't. But we are doing questions.
Yes.
What you want to know Wednesdays, you guys sent us questions on Instagram, and I thought we could answer some. So are you ready, honey?
Let's do it.
By the way, he's Justin. Do you guys know him? Just kidding.
I am.
That's my husband. That's my husband. Oh my God. Can I just talk about how I've always wanted to say it like that? Do you remember? I was like, that's my husband. And now I can. Well, I haven't for how many years? Ooh, honey. Ooh, honey. So, how has kids affected your work life? I just think we have to learn how to be really good multitaskers. I mean, even shelter in place has tested how much work we need to do, and also parent and teach and do activities and bake and clean and cook. And honestly, in the beginning, I felt like I was thriving. I was like, oh, dude, I got this. And I did. And then I got to a really low... During PMS time, I got into a very low part of shelter in place, and I just didn't want to do nothing. I had cramps. I was like, ugh. But now I'm back to it again, right?
It's like there's seasons of it, right? You know, I think like everyone has their moment when they're just over it, you know? And like having kids in quarantine, especially young kids, it's hard, like for both us and them, because they're used to socializing, getting out to, you know, we try as best as we can to like let them run around and like get their energy out, but it's just not the same as like recess and like playing with their friends and getting that outlet, you know? And so it definitely has been tough on them. And, you know, like April said, like trying to juggle parenting and school, homeschooling and with working and stuff like that. I think like we definitely are relatively fortunate in terms of the work life is still going okay for us, but like a lot of people, I was talking to April about this, like I can't imagine how stressful it would be to like have one of your, you know, one of the partners like lost a job, or both partners lose a job on top of being in quarantine. Like that would be super, super stressful. So like, yeah, I mean, it's tough, you know, and we'll get through it. You know, we're
resilient.
We're resilient, knock on wood, you know, we're healthy, we're safe, you know. And, more generally, though, like, I think, you know, I have learned to be at peace with the fact that, like, as a parent and trying to be your best professional self in a work sense, you can't do everything, you know? Like, you can't be the perfect employee or the perfect boss or whatever, and you can't be the perfect parent at the same time. You have to, like, make peace with, like, the fact that, like, you know, you just have to do the best you can, don't you think? Yeah. Because that's hard, you know? Yeah,
being the type of personality who wants to always work and get it done, it's really taught me to really slow down a bit, and I don't want to slow down, but it's teaching me.
You know what I would say, like the biggest thing about having kids and working is that it's very, very hard to focus on something for a long period of time. Like, you know, when you're in the zone, if you're at work or something, you're just like in a flow, your headphones on music, like spend 3-4 hours doing, like, concentrating on something, or like edit, you know, before we get to editing or whatever, right? But like kids interrupt you constantly. Like it's like, Daddy, can I have this? Daddy, open this applesauce for me. Daddy, do this. I'm screaming, I'm crying. You know, it's like, especially when they're at home, like it's very hard to concentrate on anything with kids and trying to like be in a flow state. So but I love my kids.
Boo! I don't even need to disclaim that. Okay, all the parents understand if they're in shelter in place with their kids. I don't even need to have a disclaimer about this. What is a huge personality difference between Liam and Jacob? Jacob hits Liam and Liam cries about it.
Liam does not.
Drops the mic.
He has never hit Jacob. Ever. He's never like defended himself. He always will come running or crying to us like, "Hey, Jacob hit me," which I like that he doesn't like hit Jacob back, but at the same time, sometimes I'm just like, man, you gotta stand up for yourself. Like you're older, like don't let him boss you around.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, show him. I'm like, he hit
I'm just
you.
like, no, don't encourage him to do
back.
that.
Get him.
Yeah.
No, just tell the teacher when he's at school. Tell the teacher, right? And then would you get another kitty? Oh, I actually answered this on an IG live. Justin and I both agree we don't want to adopt any more animals at the moment because Mr. Bob's a sickly cat. He's a very, like, let's be honest, he's a very expensive cat because he's a sickly cat. Like, his vet visits be like $700. Like, I'm like, what happened? Why'd you spend that much? And he's like, well, he had all these tests. And I was like,
tests, blood work, urine,
I was like,
stool,
Mr. Bob.
like all his, vaccines.
Yeah. And then surgeries were thousands upon thousands. So, like, honestly, we love our animals and we want to give them our all and we want to be able to really afford it, so we can't be adopting a lot because they're expensive and we want to give them the life that they deserve and the health care that they deserve.
I think that in the it's going to be, from an emotional standpoint, in the next 5 to 7 years.
Don't tell me that.
No, I know, but like for our kids and us, like it's going to be a hard
few years,
in the next maybe not 5. I mean, they're getting older,
No, it could be any time with Mr. Bob because Mr. Bob is old.
15 years is, I would say, like pretty average for a cat.
And Mr. Bob's
so it's like
13.
Yeah. So no, he's like 11.
Or 11, 12, 13.
But
we don't know when we adopted him.
He's getting up there. Mm-hmm. So I think that we'll have to go through that process before even thinking about that. Especially for the kids, it's gonna be tough. But that's part of life.
And what are you doing? He's like
I'm touching
the
crumbs
table. Like,
because it makes me
doing?
anxious to think about that. That's all.
Okay. Were you prepared for a pandemic? I don't think anyone.
I did have emergency supplies actually, though. Right?
I don't think anyone was. Yeah, but we were prepared for an earthquake.
Earthquakes.
And we also have a generator.
We have a generator.
Yeah, Justin's a planner. But I was on the phone with Dee today, my best friend Dee, and I was telling her we were prepared, like with toilet paper and things, because we were prepared for an earthquake in our storage room, but not really for this.
I don't think anyone was prepared.
I mean, Justin knew. Like, Justin knew everything was going to close down. He was already telling his trainer a month before it happened, like, you better get it together, and just, he was telling everyone.
I had been, like, really staying on top of it from like, back in January when it first, like, started, like, news reports around that and stuff, and I kept like reading these things and learning about the R naught, like the reproduction, coefficient of this thing was like not good. And I was like telling April and telling my like people in my life, I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
And so we have we had supplies. Actually, we did have to like tap into our paper towel roll.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't find any, so that was one thing we tapped into. But the rest of the stuff we were able to get. But yeah, I would say we were prepared from a supplies perspective, like had a ton of water, all this stuff. I don't think I was quite prepared emotionally for like what the kind of cabin fever would feel like, especially with the kids.
Yeah.
Because with an earthquake, you don't necessarily think like, oh, like it's like an event and then you can like start getting back to normal, But like with this, it's prolonged, it's protracted. It's like you don't know when it's going to end. Like so that psychologically starts messing with you. I feel like.
Oh yes. It's messed with everyone.
Especially as they keep like extending the shelter-in-place orders, just like.
Okay, Angel E50 says, on the rare occasion when you're more thirsty than Justin, how do you make him know? I just ask him. I say, hey, boo. And I'm the one who initiates it like a lot, to be honest.
She'll just like climb on top of me. It's all good. Like it doesn't
parents,
need to be.
Only parents watching right now, okay?
After dark.
Oh my gosh. How did your parents name you April? I was born on April 7th, and I believe my dad wanted to name me Mary, and then my mom wanted to name me April. So my name is Mary April, but I only go by April. But if you knew me like as a child in elementary school, it was Mary April. It's very Filipino.
A lot of people called you
Mary Rose,
Mary too, didn't
Mary,
they?
yeah. There's a lot of Mary. And then another name for Filipino kids. Mm-hmm. That was the name back in the day, back in the 80s.
That's a pretty Catholic thing, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Mary Catherine.
Yeah,
like
Mary. Yeah, like Mary Rose.
A lot of Catholic parents would do that.
Lots of Marys up in here. I need to answer this. Have y'all tooted in front of each other yet? Yes.
What kind of question is that?
Yes, of course. But 2 nights ago, Justin farted. It was a triple. Like a triple. Right? I heard heard it even with my earplugs on. I heard it, and I was so pissed off because
last night or 2 nights ago?
No, it was 2 nights ago. Do you remember? Because I was so pissed off when he farted. I pulled the sheets because he baked the freaking oven in it. He like, how disrespectful are you to fart?
I can't control what I do in the middle of my sleep.
And then I grabbed my spray. It's like this body spray. I sprayed the heck out of him. I sprayed him so much that I hope he felt how wet it felt on his skin. I turned on the fan, I believe, and I was just airing it out. And he has allergies, so it's not like I could open the window. Lord, that was a bad day. That's when I was losing my mind. I was so mad. Sorry. He said good morning to me, and I was all like, you don't understand farts. Is what we fight about. Like, he cannot be farting in the room. He needs to walk in another room.
No, that's not what we fight about.
We fight about his farts. Well, obviously, I'm so mad that I'm over here talking in public about your farts and how annoyed I am. So,
is this your alternate account asking this question?
It's
this
not.
Is like April's alt. Like, let me drag Justin. Let me ask a question.
No.
Like this. So when we were dating, April, she would be in the car. She would like hold it, and I wouldn't know that she was doing that. She would just be like over there like.
I didn't want to fart in
like
front of him.
eye twitching in the car, and I was like trying to like have a conversation with her in the car, and she was just like not wanting to talk.
I would just be like looking all hella constipated.
Up with this girl, and so finally she told me like 2 years later, or a year later, like, oh yeah, that was because I was like not wanting to fart you. I was just like open the window and like rip one. I'd much rather have that than like you like me not knowing what's going on.
I didn't lock you down yet, so I couldn't. And then when I locked you down, it was over. Fart.
Wait.
Period. Fart. All
do you
of
think
that.
I would have like not wanted to date you if you would like ripped one in the car?
You probably would have embarrassed me, or I was just not comfortable.
You are very like self-conscious about that, about like the way your breath smells, like all this stuff, and I'm just like thinking like.
My mom raised me.
Just
that
like chill out. Like Dude. I don't care. Like. I don't think I've smelled body odor on you like maybe twice in our entire life, like all 14 years or whatever. Like. So don't even worry about it.
And you likes it when I sweat on you. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Do you ever feel like your SO? What's SO?
Significant other.
Oh, it's humiliating you? Yeah, I just did with the fart talk.
I'm not humiliated by that at all.
How should you fix it? Right down there.
Oh.
Right there. How should you fix it? Honestly, if you're SO is humiliating you and you feel like that, you need to communicate those things, because someone should never make you feel that way, right?
100%.
I don't feel like we ever make each other feel that way. Like what we talk about, even like right now with the farting, he's comfortable with. Like I wouldn't mention something he wasn't comfortable with. Farting is natural, you know?
I would say like the one thing that I think we've always maintained, which I think is really important, is if you have a problem with your significant other, or something that bothers you or whatever, address it with them rather than like talking to your friends or like family or like whatever, because it always gets back to them, and then it's like, I think it's humiliating to have that spread around, you know, rather than having the opportunity first to like address it, resolve it, communicate through it. Like that would be the most humiliating thing for me, is like you going to my family or my friends or whatever to like have a some sort of problem with me, and like, oh, like what can I do? Like he's being so like, difficult with her. But you know what I mean? Like people do that a lot. Like they have a hard time communicating with their partner, and so they go and talk to everyone else except their partner. Like that's humiliating. I feel like that would be super humiliating.
Yeah,
right?
Don't do that. Don't
do that.
Let them know.
Communicate.
Let them know. Be mad at them. Let them know, and then go talk to your friend.
Yeah.
But at least
give them the opportunity to like resolve it. If they're still being boneheaded about it, like okay, maybe that's fine. But
yeah, and honestly, we asked questions a little too late. And so we found one. How do we pick our travel destinations? Honestly, we pick it based on where we want to go, and that's honestly, like, I have always
as opposed to what?
I don't know. Like, like that was just a question.
Well, work too. Like
work. Like, work. Lord, thank
like,
you for work.
Oftentimes it will be sent somewhere, so that they'll make the choice for us. So we'll be happy to go.
Yeah, like Beach's mom and Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
Call me. I would love to be on your panel in the future.
That was amazing.
Call me.
That was amazing.
I will come.
Yeah, that
with
was
Justin
incredible.
and the kids.
Yes, please.
And the grandparents. Call us.
Yes.
Yes,
or maybe just me and you. I'd be okay with that. After this quarantine's over, like
I know.
I would be okay with some alone time.
I know.
That would be nice.
So now instead of your Q&As, because that's pretty much all we got, and then we've answered the other ones back then, we thought it'd be fun to answer some random couples questions.
Okay.
Like, Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time, and why haven't you done it?
You go first, because I need to think about this one.
I have always wanted to be really fit and like have a really flat stomach.
Mission
and like
accomplished.
No, honey, no, but like you just be like interrupting and always hyping me up. But honestly, I just don't understand. Like, it's not gonna happen because of the fact that I have the wrinkly skin from having 2 ginormous kids in C-section. So, with that said, I've always wanted a tummy tuck. And my mom and Justin need to hop on board so I can get it done, because I need people to watch my kids so I can do this.
I would watch the kids. It's more about like an unnecessary surgery.
I know.
That like you'd have to go under anesthesia, and anytime you do that,
I mean,
risk.
I wouldn't do it anytime soon, because considering what happened, but maybe in like 2 years when everything is all good and healthy. And
you look great. I mean, like.
Yeah, but honestly, I've always wanted to be a travel vlogger and just travel the world with my kids, but I don't think that's possible because the kids are in school. And I don't want to be a homeschooling parent. I just know it after shelter in place. Homeschooling is not for me, right? It ain't for you either. You over there giving them the iPad. I come down.
Educational apps.
Ready
I've been doing
snacks.
workbooks with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough, though.
I've been baking with them a lot, you know. So what's something
doing our
you've always...
best we can. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to get back to music. At some point in my life, like every time I'll like get back to music, playing guitar, playing piano. Like I took maybe a couple of years ago, I started taking piano lessons again, like and vocal lessons and stuff, and I really liked it. And I just got too busy again, and so I stopped. And so it was like that was such a big part of my life for so long. Like I thought I was gonna, up until I was like 18, I thought that was what I was gonna do. And things change, and you know I'm happy with the life that I have. But it's like at some point I feel like I do want to get back to that, but it's just I just do not feel like I have any time in the day, like to do anything really, you know, outside of like being a parent and working, you know, so it's like we do some stuff, but you know, so one day I'll get back to something like that, I hope. You know, I would love to.
When our kids are older, we'll have a lot of time, honey. Like this time is not going to be forever.
That's true. I mean, we should, you know, enjoy it now because the teenage years are coming.
But it's kind of hard during this shelter in place. That's a little different. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? Honestly, I was raised with a lot of... Okay, not a lot of. I was raised with little affection, like physical hugs, affection. I didn't get that growing up as a child. I have no idea if it's a Filipino thing or if it's my mom and dad, but I didn't get a lot of hugs. So I like personal space. And Justin is the all up on me all the time kind of man.
I'm the opposite of that.
Oh my God, he's so opposite. But like, I'm used to it only from Justin. But other people, I'm not. Like, I cannot. Like, I need personal space. But Justin, he can be all up on me all the time. And I'm fine with it. So maybe that's... No, but see, that's one thing I should have got that I would ask to change. But you can't undo what has been done. And honestly, I shared this. This is like a really big issue. But... my parents kicking me out has really made me who I am. So I wouldn't change that for the world. They kicked me out, and I felt like after that, I felt rejected. I felt like I seek therapy for it. I just had so many issues because they kicked me out. But I don't regret it. You want to know why? Because it changed me. It made me a hustler. It made me a survivor. And you know what? As bad as it was I can't even talk because like it's such an emotional thing, but as bad as it was feeling rejected, like to this day, I'm doing a good thing. Like it was a blessing in disguise. It made me a hustler, and look at where I am now. I'm paying my mama's rent. I'm supporting my mama, and I'm doing the dang thing. And I can be petty sometimes about it, but at least I'm a good daughter and I take care of my mom. That's all. You know, like if she needs me, I'm here and I'm always going to be there for her. But I wish they didn't kick me out. But I can't undo what was done. And it did affect my relationship with them for a few years. And then made me feel guilty when my dad died. Because when my dad died, I was mad at him for a few years before he died because of the fact that they kicked me out. So it's it could be a whole podcast because I want to do podcasts. I'll do a podcast on that.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Talking about forgiving people and hurtful situations. How about you?
Probably would be therapeutic for you to just talk about it.
Oh
too. Like,
gosh, a podcast is what I'm doing next, you guys. I haven't thought of my name, but I'm definitely doing it. Or if I
already know the name of it. What do you mean?
First of all.
No,
it needs to. First of all, is a good title, but it needs to be descriptive. People need to know what my podcast is about. First of all, because I always say that when I fight back, when I'm defensive. I
think
say
that should totally be the name.
First of all,
mine. I think it would have been nice for my parents not to get divorced.
Really, but
I think
love
that's
Susan
no, of course,
I
love them.
Yes,
of course, like.
Oh, of course. Go ahead, Daddy. Talk, and I will go get some pretzels for our kids.
No, I mean, I absolutely love my step-parents. Steve remarried my mom, and
they were high school sweethearts,
yeah, they
were
high school sweethearts, and they got back together, and
pretzels,
just pretzels, okay.
More pretzels.
Yeah, more pretzels.
You want to come say hi, Jakey?
You want to say hi? Never mind, he don't. This is quarantine filming life. It's okay.
No, of course, I love my step-parents. Susan remarried my dad, and and the lives that they've built with each other has been beautiful, and I have great relationships with them. But it was hard as a 12-year-old kid, going through all that, processing, becoming an adolescent and becoming a man, and it was tough, and so if there was anything I could change, that would be. I learned a lot about how I wanted to treat my significant other, or the type of marriage that I wanted to have from going through that experience, because it was that type of stuff makes you grow up pretty quickly, and so a lot of I just made some commitments to myself that when I get older, I'm gonna have this certain type of marriage,
Oh, you were so good to me.
Yeah, so it's that was always really important to me, and I learned a lot about myself through that, and so that would be one. But like I said, I feel I'm a pretty resilient person, I think, and speaking of music, that was what helped me get through. I wrote hundreds of songs, literally, piano, guitar, that was my outlet, and so that also is why it holds a really special place in my life, in my heart, because it was the source of or it was allowed me to kind of process a lot of that. So
do I need to break your heart for you to be a musician though? Because it seems that when you were that's when you
I must say
songs.
Yeah, I think that for a lot of musicians is the same way. You write the best songs when you're heartbroken. I really think that, and it's I don't know, it's harder to find the motivation to write when you're super happy.
Justin met me.
No, I definitely wrote.
And he wrote me a song the first day he met me.
I definitely wrote you. I've definitely written you songs over the years and things like that. But
you think
I don't know. Musicians out
better?
there, those of you just universally rock stars, musicians, a lot of the most famous songs of all time are heartbreak songs, or it comes from this very I don't know. You guys know when you hurt, and it's really the magnitude of that feeling is, and yeah, you can have a lot of love and things like that. But I don't know. At least for me. I don't know how we got on this tangent, but yeah, for me, writing songs but anyways, yeah, that I would say that was a really formative time in my life, and I, like you said, I can't imagine not having that happen to me, because of, but
that Adele breakup song? How does it go? I heard that you're settled down. That's all his ex is thinking about just right now.
She always says that every time she hears that song.
I'm that's your exes singing about you because they ain't with you. You're with me. I'm so petty.
Oh my god.
I'm
That's
you
so
with
funny.
me. Oh my god. What is the greatest accomplishment of your life? I think being a parent.
Yeah, our kids.
Being a good mom. Sure. And supporting my mama, that's a damn good accomplishment. I have only dreamed of that, and the fact that I can do that is a good accomplishment because it shows me that I'm selfless. Y'all, I told you I could have had a Chanel collection, a Chanel purse collection if I ain't had to pay nobody else's rent. You know what I mean? But I'm proud of myself, and I'm not gonna dim my light or hide the fact that I do that for my mom. I'm not. I used to, but it's what for? I'm a grown woman, and I do this for my mom, and my mom is grateful, and she knows it. And she knows it obviously, but yeah, I'm not hiding anything. Dee was like, "Dang girl, you be sharing stuff like that," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't hide stuff."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm proud. Yeah. I'm proud that I am resilient. I'm proud that I provide for us. I'm just proud of myself, and I feel like people need to be more proud of themselves. Because you won't get blessings if you don't believe in yourself. Like, you know me and my whole idea of manifesting things. You're not going to bring in good or blessings if there's like a block in your feelings about yourself or something. Just feel good about yourself. Be proud of yourself.
When you turned 35, I remember you said something like, I feel really proud of all the things that I've accomplished in my life. Because you've accomplished so, like, looking at all the different things that you have accomplished, like, over your life. Like, I hope you're okay with me sharing this, but, like, we were invoicing a brand the other day, like, of, that we had just partnered with, and it was invoice number 348. So, like, you've worked over your entire career, you've worked with 348 brands.
But that's like over 10 years.
Yeah, over 10 years. Like in a month. No, but like that's, even so, that's like 35 brands a year or something like that, which is a ton, That's like 2 a month or something, or 3 a month, So it's like, you've worked with, like, you've worked with so many cool brands, and you've done commercials, and you, like, you have but not just professionally, I mean, you're an amazing mother and wife, and, you've accomplished so much like, in a very short time span, I feel like.
Thank you.
It's pretty inspirational.
Thank you. And I'm glad that I don't, like, downplay myself anymore, because when people ask me what I do for a living, people still be petty about this whole YouTube as a career, but it's a dang good career, you know? And it's not like I'm lazy. I work really hard at it. Yeah. And I think you guys already know this. Yeah. But how about you? What are you proud of?
My greatest accomplishments, and definitely, like, I think I'm a really good dad.
You are.
I think I'm a good husband, I think.
The bestest. So. You're really nice, except the farting, y'all. And this.
I'm a very considerate person, I think.
Oh yeah, like, not last night when you done fart.
I can't control that when I'm sleeping. No, but like in terms of like being, like, here's an example. This is very weird, but it's very specific. Is that, like in the morning, if I'm working out and I come down and I see that Mr. Bob is peed there. I will clean it up before you come down, because I know that it gives you anxiety to see messiness around the house or like things like that. Or when you were pregnant and I would like get up in the morning and I would like clear a path. If there was crap on the floor, I would like clear a path so you wouldn't trip. That was your
anxiety though.
Yeah, but these are the things I think about other people. That's all. Like you and like other. I also have like always really prided myself on like giving advice to other people, or just being there for other people, like when they're going through hard times or things like that. Like I can't remember if I mentioned, but I was like selected to be a peer counselor when I was in junior high, like 7th grade or 8th grade, and they identified like a group of like 5 people in the whole school to like give guidance to other students. It was kind of an innovative program at the time. This was like how long ago? 20 years ago. And I really like got into it then, because I felt like I don't know. I think I give pretty good advice. Like, I'm very objective. I like am able to like dissect people's issues very quickly and be like, here's a concrete step of like what. Sometimes I feel like people are so like they have so many things in their head, like like to make a decision. It's very difficult for them, right? And so I come in and I'm just like, okay, here's what you need to do. Like, what's this thing about this, and this? Make a chart. Write down like your pros and cons of it, this kind of thing. So. I would say like one of my greatest accomplishments is like being there for the people in my life, and trying to be a good dad and a husband, and
And you're a good son. You're really good to your both sides of the parents.
They appreciate that.
Keep in touch with both of them, and I think they appreciate that.
And
you a good son-in-law. My mama loves you. You're good to her.
And I would say like professionally, I haven't accomplished what I want to yet. Like in terms of in my life, in terms of like being a business owner and like what the future holds for me in terms of my professional aspirations. And so I think that's still a question mark for me. But, I think that's a good thing for me, because it keeps me very motivated, and I don't want to, I have a problem celebrating successes, I think. Like I have a problem like,
not for me. You always celebrate.
No, I know, but for myself, I'm hard on myself. Like I just don't. If I like something good happens, I don't like dwell on like, oh, this is so cool, I did this. It was more just like, okay, next thing. Like I need to keep my head down and like, I don't know. I've never been braggadocious or like, I've always just never talked about on social media what I've done. It's just like more kind of like nose to the grindstone. And so,
we're very different in that way, because I can be a little braggadocious, but that's because I grew up with not a lot of validation. And when you grow up with not so much validation, you need it. And so I feel like I finally got it from my mom, so now I don't need to be doing all of that. But yeah. That's just how it is. Let's do one more because I feel
Okay, one
like
more. Let me check the battery real quick.
our babies are waiting on us, So the last one we're going to do is name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
Appear to have in common.
Yeah, what do we have?
Sexiness. Boom!
This man, stay thirsty. Yeah, we got the thirsty in common.
We're both pretty thirsty for each other. Like our natural state. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, we got the thirst on check. Yes, we do. We stay hydrated. We drink our water. Mind our business. Thirst on check.
I think we're both extremely motivated. Like we're very driven. Both of us.
He's an Enneagram number 1 and I'm an Enneagram number 3. If that makes any sense. If you guys like Enneagrams, I'm just learning about it. I listened to a book on Audible about it. I really enjoy it, and it's like it's so accurate.
I think going alongside that is that neither of us are lazy. We're always doing something. We're never just like sitting there and vegging out and like watching TV or something. Like, maybe we'll like tune out at night and watch a show or something, but we're never.
Oh, even though we're watching a show, I'm still replying to comments because I feel like I need to.
Yeah, you're always multitasking, doing
Instagram.
something, doing laundry, doing dishes, like doing whatever. Like, I can't remember the last time I sat and watched TV for more than an hour. Or more, like a movie, 2 hours.
Yeah,
like I cannot. Like I remember we would like binge Netflix or something. It would be like 7 hours before we had kids. Remember we'd watch like a whole show or something. Yeah, Game of Thrones or whatever. But like, don't eat. But that was even rare, So like I've always been like, let's go. Let's do something. Like, I think we have that in common for sure. Anything else?
We love food. Like our love of food is unreal. Food and travel. Oh my god.
Those are like.
That's my favorite.
Very much aligned for us. Like.
That's my favorite. Our love languages, if I can share one more, is completely different though. Justin's is affection. He doesn't like gifts. He doesn't like things. Things don't matter to him. He wants just touch.
She got up and hugged me today. It was really nice. It was sweet.
I was in a crappy mood yesterday.
Because I told her, I actually, going back to communication, I told her, I said I miss the connect, like, I feel like we haven't like physically
I'm on my period too, so.
No, but it's not just about that. It's like the physical connection is even just like hugging or like coming up and like
and kissing.
She'll like, touch my face or like something like, oh, you look handsome. Like the things like that, like. Is that a separate one? Words of affirmation? Maybe
Words
that's like my second one.
That's
I would say.
One.
Yeah, there was like 2 ones. So like, and I told her. I said like I've been missing that, and so she woke up. She made an effort. She said to me, you look handsome today, or like you give me a hug, and so simple stuff like that. Just like telling your partner like what you want from them. Like this is what I'm asking. I need from you. And so you're good at that. Being receptive to that.
Thank you. My love language is definitely words of affirmation. I like it when you say thank you. And I got really lucky because Justin says thank you for everything. Thank you for the water. Thank you for the ice water. Oh, you did this ice water so good. I mean, it's so basic. It's just water, baby. But he like hyped up that water. Like I made it real good.
It's not even about that though. It's about the thought of you doing it. Like that you thought in advance, I'm going to do this for him or for someone else, I
do a water bottle for him every night upstairs in our bedroom because I want him to stay hydrated and I don't feel like he drinks enough. He drinks more coffee than water, so I'm trying to get him to drink a lot more water and he's been doing a good job. So I have it like iced and ready in one of those simple modern Hydro Flask type of water bottles. It stays cold overnight, and even in the middle of the night when you wake up, you can drink it.
I do drink a lot more water because you do that, because I wouldn't otherwise. So.
I be evaluating his pee color. If I go pee, I see it, and I'm like, oh, I mean, like, if he is peeing and then I go next. I go right after, we don't double flush, because, save water that way. And I'm like, oh, I evaluate it. I'm like, looks like you might need to drink some more water. Like, we are like that creepy couple.
This is perfect timing to end it.
Yeah, no, I didn't share the rest of my.
Oh, okay.
So it's
sorry.
Words of affirmation.
Yes.
He's just avoiding it because he doesn't want to spend the money.
Spend the money.
I also I love me some gifts.
No, because you were talking about pea color. That's why. Okay,
I love me some gifts. And Justin really, he did the damn thing when he got me the Tesla, the Model X. But you guys know we're always thrifty no matter what. So it was used, we like it used. But honey, you really surprised me because you kept telling me, no, you don't need a new car. And I'm like, I know I don't, but I work real hard and I really want it. And he was like, no, you don't. And I'm like, And you're like, it won't fit in the car. I'm like, are you kidding me? My Volvo is bigger than the Tesla X. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
in the garage?
He was telling me it wouldn't fit in the garage, and it totally fits. And guess what? It's his car. He drives it more than me, so yeah, we're winning.
That's
because
true.
he actually winning, right? Because you surprised me with a gift, but that gift is yours because you drive it more.
Okay, here's the thing. We got the car, and then like literally 3 weeks later, the COVID-19 hit, and so we only go places as a family right now. So I drive when we go places as a family.
Yeah, drive through Chick-fil-A.
But seriously, like that's the only time we've been using it. So it's not my car; it's our car.
Oh, for real? Like
car.
when you
I
go
love
to the
car,
PO
though.
box though.
It's very nice. The last 2 days I've used my car.
Yeah, only because you needed to make sure your car was working.
I just wanted it. I haven't driven it in like a month, so I wanted to make sure that it was working.
Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want more WWK, leave your questions down below or any podcast topics, because I'm gonna start doing my podcast soon, and I'm so excited.
And if you guys have any other podcast names,
because Justin swears.
I still think that's a great podcast.
I don't want to be known as negative. I don't want to be the girl who's like, oh, let's listen to first of all.
It's not negative. It's like, because if you're trying to tell someone like, this is how you get a man. First of all, you do, or like,
but I'm
stop
not trying
being
to teach
like
nobody to get no man.
No, but like you're just like laying down the facts. That's all it means. It's not negative. It's just like, let me give you the facts.
No, it's me being defensive. First of all. Yeah, anyways, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.